Hello, my name is Robert Lindsay, and this is going to be something new to try. Yeah, to start talking about my shitty family. I have a sister, Amanda Lindsay, who lives. Last time I knew, she was in Blackpool working for Mcdonalds as an area manager. My other sister, Jacqueline Lindsay, they have all disowned me because of a lot of family problems, and I have severe mental health problems now, and none of them want to know me. It's not breaking my heart, but these people are quite vile when you think no one's ever had a conversation with me about what's went on in the background or why they have decided this. I have a few ideas, but these people quite despicable. No, no kind of family values considered. Like, just decide to disown me, not keep in touch, and oh, everyone. My mother, Frances Lindsay, was quite a piece of work. I can only assume she had mental health problems of some kind, because I have my dad's mental health problems and my mother's. My dad was an angry bastard. He beat me up, he beat my other sisters up. He was very violent. Usually, you could say maybe back then we were naughty. But the worst, my sister Jacqueline got the worst of it. She got, well, a good whipping with my dad's leather belt, which had little brass kind of knobbles in it. So she got a right whacking because she stayed out one night at a party, never came home when she was 18. So that was the kind of reactions my dad and I have been inflicted with this evil violence as well. I have this, what I think is called ex- intermittent explosive disorder. And as I've got older, it's got worse. I go absolutely fucking mental. When people piss me off, I explode at people who are on the phone. If someone pisses me off, if I go into a shop, especially if I'm driving, I go crazy, and I can't believe how bad it's affecting me. So there is severe mental health problems in the male side of the family. For instance, my cousin has bipolar, or is bipolar, sorry, is the correct term. And I think there's a lot of that in the male side of the family. My mother, she was very weird and no one understood it at the time. She didn't want to know any family. She didn't have any friends, and that's the way I am. I am this person now, and I understand everything. Like my mum, didn't want to go out, didn't want to socialise. She didn't want friends around. She didn't want family around. She didn't mind her immediate family, like her children, like us, but she didn't want her hard brothers, like my aunts and uncles, around visiting. She didn't want anyone. And when her and my father moved house, they didn't tell anyone that they had moved, thinking that by doing that no one would find them again. But that backfired because the old neighbour had told the relatives where we had moved to, and they had to play dumb, my mum and dad, and act like, oh, we forgot to tell you, we forgot to tell you. That's the type of, I'm surprised my father went along with it, but I know my mum was one that was behind all that, and that's kind of the way I am. I don't want visitors, I have no friends, I have no family, I've got no one in my life. And that's my mum and dad. Both of them were dead now. I went to my mum's funeral, I didn't go, sorry, wrong. I went to my dad's funeral, but I didn't go to my mother's funeral because my mum fell out with me and she didn't want me to attend her funeral. So I didn't go. I gave her her dying wish, and I didn't attend the funeral. And that's just one of those things. It's unfortunate, but that's the type of woman she is. She would rather die and hold a grudge against her son because I said some harsh truths about what a bitch she was, the way she treated me, the way she treated my kids, and she was messing me around with my life and me. And she was just a bitch towards me. And she didn't like that I sent her quite a truthful text to tell her what an old bag she was, how badly no. That's the type of person she is. She doesn't hold back. She mouths off at people. You know, she wasn't a kind of person that would, and that's the way I've turned out. So she didn't like getting a taste of her own medicine, and she wouldn't even forgive me. She would never speak to me again, even when she got sick. She told my sisters to disown me, and Jacqueline and Amanda never spoke to me ever again. Jacqueline at the time, although I was never close to her, I had actually been chatting to her through Facebook, just how are you, I just kind of casual chatting, nothing serious. But then all of a sudden, Jacqueline stopped talking to me, and I had no idea why. Amanda was funny as well. Amanda's like the big hard man. She tries to pretend like she stands up to people if they piss her off, like my sister Jacqueline always did. But she wouldn't stand up to me. Amanda's scared of me. She can't face me. Amanda can't come and say, "Oh right, you or your children, your kids or whatever, what we or I or them or who's done what wrong." She's just completely I never spoke to me again. Any attempt I made with Amanda, because I didn't think it was fair. She always made out, oh, she's this diplomatic person that talks to people, tries to sort it out, or well, give them a piece of her mind if she's unhappy with a person, what they've done. Especially when it came to my sister Jacqueline, she was always giving her a mouthful. And Jacqueline deserved it because she was quite a bad, well, not bad, she just wasn't a very considerate daughter. When my mum was alive and my dad, she was just, but So Jacqueline did deserve the criticism, but when it came to me, Amanda just blocked me. She didn't have the guts to come and say to me why she is deciding to never speak to me ever again. It still hasn't been sorted out. In an attempt to talk, I'm not that bothered. They both got a lot of money from my mum's house on the sale of it, and fair enough. I'm not looking for anything. I can't believe that these cunts have just decided to block me and ignore me and go on with their life and think I don't exist. It doesn't upset me. It's just like you wouldn't fucking believe how much of a cunt they are. Jacqueline Lindsay is a cunt. Amanda Lindsay is a cunt. And Amanda has a high up job in McDonalds where you'd think she had a bit more higher standards with the way she treated people. Yeah, Amanda that got married to Mike, she had Mike from Jamaica, and she married him just so he could stay in the country, and that was the only reason. And she had a boy called Blade, and within 6 months of Mike coming to the country, Mike, who's Jamaican, Amanda had been visiting Jamaica many times, and all of a sudden Amanda gets pregnant with Blade. Very convenient in the period of 6 months, just so Mike could get married to Amanda and they could all happily live in the UK. That was a very convenient marriage and a very convenient birth of Blade, just so they could all stay in the country. And what happens? Not even within a couple of years, the marriage is fucked. I don't even know if they're still married. I don't even know what happened, but they didn't stay together. They broke up. And what a fucking farce that wedding was. Getting a big fancy wedding out in the country. What a farce. Amanda Lindsay. Her wedding, her sham wedding, just to keep Mike in the country. And having a child just to keep Mike in the country. Unbelievable. That's the kind of standards she has. And yet when it comes to people like me, she doesn't give a fuck. Oh well, it's her. Says a lot about her. But maybe I'll speak more about her. My other sister Jacqueline as well. She was a bit of a blacko. She was fucking very unclean. My mother didn't even like her. My mother didn't like any of her boyfriends, and my mother was always bitching about her children. That's the kind of mother I was. My mother was. She hated Jacqueline's children. You know, you shouldn't have, if you're a grandmother, you shouldn't have favourites. Or if you do have, you should keep stum about it or keep quiet. But my mother couldn't keep her mouth shut. She likes to bitch, that's my mother. She's the bitching type. So when me and my ex-wife used to visit my mother and father, my sister Jacqueline, my mother would bitch about her a lot. And Jacqueline was very unclean. What they would call a blacko in Scotland, and she was very. Her house smelled of poo, she had animals, because of young kids, it would piss all over the place. And the house was smelling of piss all the time, all over the sofa and everything. So it was quite bad. But that's families for you. But yeah, and then Jacqueline she wasn't the type to visit a lot. My mum and dad. And my mother grudged giving Jacqueline any of the money from my father when after my dad died in a car accident. My mum got a lot of money, and we got some money as well from the insurance. But my mum didn't want to give it to Jacqueline because her husband or her boyfriend, he was called John Gibson. She didn't want to give the money because he wasn't working. And my dad was always a working type, and he was the type to, everything they'd built up, the house and the life through work. And my mum didn't want to give Jacqueline or John any money because he was a layabout and she was a layabout that didn't work. They just lived off benefits. But they always had money for booze, fags, and takeaway. And they didn't look after their kids very well. And my mum hated giving those people money. The money that my mum wanted to give, because she had this money that she couldn't spend, and didn't really, she wanted to give it to her kids, but she hated giving it to my sister Jacqueline because she was such a, their lifestyle was terrible. She didn't work, he didn't work, they both lived off of benefits. And but my mum had to give her a bit of money here and there, but yeah, she did it anyway. I got money and it was great. I was very grateful, and so had Amanda, although Amanda didn't need it, but she took it anyway. And but yeah, I got nothing when the house was sold, so that was my own fault for falling out with my mum and saying nasty words to my mum and upsetting her. I shouldn't upset her. I should have more respect for the bitch. You know what I mean? I'm just a chip off the old block and white. I'm just have the attitude and say the things and too outspoken the way my mother would. My father was quite different, but he was very violent towards all of us. Obviously, it stopped as we got later into our teens. All that stopped. But the bastards gave me that violence, and I'm not a violent person. I'm not a tough guy. I don't fight. I don't get into fights. I'm not that type of person. But I'm like the Incredible Hulk now, and I have that fucking rage inside me. And if someone pisses me off, I explode, and I can't help it. But still waiting on getting my mental health seen to. I just have to wait and wait. I think I've got about 5 or 6 referrals from the doctor at the moment for different health issues. I don't work at the moment because of my mental health, so I'm living off benefits. And I'm now getting the PIP because of my severe mental illness. So yeah, going crazy is not fucking good, but you have to fucking go on with it. But yeah, as far as my family goes, Amanda Lindsay is a cunt, Jacqueline Lindsay is a cunt, and you try and reach out to people and they still don't want to know you. I recently done that with Amanda. She spoke to me a little bit, and I think she was just being a bitch and teasing me because I thought, a little bit of communication. And I think she was just waiting to see when she was just trying to wind me up and piss me off so that I would say something. And I did. I know that's the way I react. So there you go. I hope Jacqueline Lindsay's happy with herself. And why would you fucking ignore your brother just because your mother said so? No idea at all. Amanda has and I still don't fucking know why Amanda Lindsay is ignoring me. Why did I heard through, I'm not even sure if it's true, it's something to do with the way my kids behaved because they ended up in the care system, social workers, and they ended up over at my mother's. But I wasn't even in, although I wasn't a good dad, I had nothing to do with how my kids behaved over at my mother's. So, fuck knows. But yeah, Amanda Lindsay, evil bastard. Jacqueline Lindsay, evil bastard. That's my family. I have no family, I have no friends because of my severe mental health. And that's the way I'll fucking probably die, the same way. My mother, very lonely. My dad was a bit luckier. He died when unexpectedly in a car accident, so at least he didn't lie lonely. Good thing was my mother nagged my father to death the night before he died in the car crash. So well done, Frances Lindsay, killing my father's spirit like that the night before he died. Well done. But I just can't believe what a bunch of freaks my family are. I am the same, but you think about a fucking, oh right, it's been so many years now with them. Maybe a bit more understanding and see. I actually think, ooh, they have no idea about my fucking. You tried to tell my sister about my mental health recently. They're not interested. They just dismiss it as if you're making it up. I'm seriously going fucking crazy. And not very good to doesn't mix well with driving. It doesn't mix well with my line of work. And I've lost a couple of jobs because of it. But hopefully, I don't actually hold much hope out of getting this fucking problem fixed. It's just something I'm going to have to manage. So, take care everybody. I don't even know if anyone watches this, but if you know Amanda Lindsay, if you know Jacqueline Lindsay, or you know any of my family, well, maybe pass on the message. Cheers, bye bye.